Good morning, Principal Sir.
Yes, good morning.
Sir, Madam has joined at sharp. We will start at 11 a.m. After 9 minutes, we will start, sir.
Okay. When Madam will join?
She already joined, sir.
Okay, she's joined.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Rizal.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
After a couple of minutes, we will start. Thank you, everyone. Dr. Wadekar, can we start now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very warm welcome to everyone in the session. I, Mr. Pradeep Bhavane, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacognosy, welcome you to the first international webinar series on artificial intelligence in drug discovery, AI for AI, that is for actionable insight, only artificial intelligence. Change the slide. Wadekar sir, please change the slide. Thank you. Today we are at the last day, day 3, and we will be having one session that is on topic AI and machine learning and its evolving use in health economics, for which we have with us a eminent speaker, Ms. Richa Goel-Rai ma'am. She is a principal real world solution HEOR IQVIA. So she is going to enlighten us on this particular topic of prime importance. Okay. May I now request Dr. Amit Gangwal sir to kindly introduce Richa ma'am. Gangwal sir, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Bhavane sir. Honorable Richa madam, respected principal sir, present delegates over here, and my organizing committee colleagues. Ms. Richa has 14 plus years of experience in HEOR, that is Health Economics and Outcomes Research, and she leads the scientific literature review team in IQVIA. She also holds the position of President-elect in ISPOR India, Mumbai chapter. She has an extensive experience in HEOR domain projects and is thought leader in her field. She has about 60 scientific publications, including book chapters, to her credit. She has done masters in pharmacology and MBA in business management, and currently she is pursuing her doctoral assignment in clinical research management. She has been a speaker at various national and international conferences, including ISPOR India, ISPOR Mumbai chapter, OPPI, ISCR, IPAS, Pharmacocracy, Canvas of Clinical Pharmacology Workshop, and Distiller 2020V, and institutes like KEM, Jamia Hamdard, TISS, Bates, NIPER Kolkata, NIPER Hyderabad, Goa Institute of Management, IIPH Shillong, Bombay College of Pharmacy. She is also a part of Executive Committee for Healthcare Businesswomen's Association, that is HBA, for 2021. She has been a recipient of CEO Award for her people leadership skills. Apart from this, she is a YouTuber and she keeps posting motivational content across social media, including LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. She has been supporting student groups like QSites, Ostelo India, and BITS through her sessions. Madam, thanks for your consent for this session. Ladies and gentlemen, now without taking much of your time, let me take across the session of you, Ms. Richa. Madam, may I now request you to enlighten us with your vast knowledge. Over to you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amit, for the kind words. First of all, I would like to congratulate Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule, for conducting this workshop in its extensive form. And thank you so much, Dr. Amit, again, for pestering me to come and deliver this session. So I would like to thank the faculty of Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule, and all the students who have taken out time on a working day morning to listen to this series of webinars. So thank you so much again.
We have respected principal sir with also. Sir, would you like to say a few words to enlighten us?
Thank you, Richa madam, for accepting the invitation for this online webinar series on artificial intelligence in drug discovery. And really, we are waiting for your presentation or your lecture that what's going on in the industry and how because we are from the academia, so how to correlate the industry updates with the current academic updates. So we are looking forward for this.
Thank you, sir. And sure, I'll try my best to amalgamate the academia and the industry gap. I know we all talk about artificial intelligence. We do this, we do that, and we come up with some technical definitions and terms. But how it is being used in the industry? Is it actually being used? What are the challenges behind it? Like, every good thing has its opportunities and challenges, right? And AI is no far from the same. So I'll just share my screen, Dr. Amit, if it is okay, and we'll begin the presentation. Dr. Amit, you're on mute. Sorry, please.
Yeah, madam. Please go ahead.
Sure. And in between, if you think there is any internet issue or something is getting blurred, let me know. Then I'll switch off my video. Okay.
Right. Thank you, madam.
Otherwise, I'll keep it open.
No issue. Thank you.
And I'll try to complete this in about 40-45 minutes, because then I would like to give students ample time if they want to clarify any doubt regarding the talk, or other than that, if they want to know anything about industry experience, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Yes, madam. Definitely we will do that only. Okay,
sure.
Madam.
Okay, sir. I'll just share my screen. Let me know once you are able to see the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, so hi everyone again, a very good morning. So today we'll study something about artificial intelligence in HEOR. I know the series have been going on for past 2 to 3 days and you must have had your share of knowledge, but let me start with the presentation. So today what we are going to cover is what is health economics and outcomes research, how we are using it at IQVIA, what is AI, how AI and HEOR are combined together, what are the opportunities in this area, advantages, challenges, and since everything has challenge and we human minds are perfect at making solutions, so we will look at certain possible solutions as well. Following which we will look at certain use cases and technology for AI. असली में होता है या is it just theoretical knowledge? So let's look into that. HEOR and IQVIA. So a bit about IQVIA and HEOR. So please try and understand this. So at IQVIA, we provide a 360-degree end-to-end solution to the access and reimbursement activities. If you all have heard like reimbursement bodies like NICE, CADET, HAS, GBA, across the globe in different countries, you know that the healthcare system comes with certain reimbursement activities from these bodies in those countries. Now, how does a drug get reimbursed? When a pharma company reaches to these regulatory bodies, they also have to fulfill certain conditions. And how we help various pharma companies in filing their reimbursement process is first by strategizing around the value. What value the product has created in the form of HTA reviews, product positioning, mapping, helping in the launch, conducting various advisory boards, conducting the value story, helping in managing the objectional handlers and the negotiation strategy. Once it is done, we help in designing and building the evidence. How evidence is built in the form of literature reviews, can be the SLRs, systematic reviews, targeted reviews, meta-analysis projects, and various modeling activities like cost effectiveness and budget impact. Strategy ho gayi, we have designed the solution. Now we have to engage with the stakeholders. How we engage with the stakeholders? We engage with them when we make the local value adaptation in the form of dossiers, collection of data from the real world studies. Basically, you have to work around the conditions of that particular region and that particular regulatory body. Okay, so 3 steps: strategize, then designing, and then engaging your stakeholders and giving the value propositions. Another slide about IQVIA. RWI ecosystem at IQVIA. So we divide it into R&D, HUR, commercial. When we cover R&D, it is everything right from patient recruitment to trial optimization. Then IQVIA also does medical affairs safety study. In HUR, we have a big delivery team. I myself lead a team of 100+ people specializing in scientific literature reviews. Then comes the commercial journey, which forms the brand performance patient journey. This is a very interesting slide. If you see, this depicts a tree. Okay, the roots depict the source of the data. It can be the claims data. It can come from hospitals, registries, social media. Yes, you know, interestingly, Facebook, LinkedIn, Insta, these are very crucial sources of the data. Okay, once the data is fed in, it can be divided into different departments. I'm sorry for my throat. 3 weeks back, I also had a fair share of the virus, but it's just the cough now. So my throat might be asking for some water in between. So, okay, AI and HUR. Let's start with some of the basic definition. Whenever I take this kind of sessions in colleges or I ask my peers, let us do some more experimentation with AI, one of the basic fears that I get from everyone is, can AI replace us? Okay, I'll just give it a pause. I won't answer this question now because in the end, I'll ask this question again from my presentation. Okay, then I request you all to answer. Okay, now what is human brain? We all have, and you all have very sharp human brain, right? It has several capabilities, including perception, reception, learning, decision making, pattern recognizing, and having lots and lots of emotions. What is intelligence? It is our ability to understand any issue or problem and applying solutions how to resolve it. What is AI? AI means that we have to train the machines to mimic this capability. Okay, AI integrates multiple cognitive functions to sense, cognize, and then perform the task, right? So the kind of work that our brain does, we have to train the machines to mimic the kind of work to perform. Okay, I won't give clue to my answer, right? So I'll ask this in the end. So just give me 1 second. Thank you. So basic terminologies in AI and ML. Before deep diving into some of the complex things, let us learn a few basic definitions. What is machine learning? Machine learning means making certain computer algorithms and helping and training the machine to perform certain tasks. What is natural language processing? These are the computational methods for processing and analyzing the data. What is text classification? Automatic categorization of data into various classes. What is data extraction? Extracting the data with the help of AI and ML. In a typical systematic review that we do, we read the paper and we manually extract the data. You must have done that in some part in your thesis projects or in your day-to-day regular classroom activities. So data extraction is similar in AI ML. The difference is it is done with the help of machine. Crowdsourcing. Decomposing large amount of work into micro tasks and then allocating it to various people who will do the same. Sorry. Micro tasks, small tasks. So when a work is broken down into smaller different tasks, this is known as the micro tasks. Semi-automation. Okay, which means using the machine to expedite certain tasks rather than complete them. Human in the loop. Humans, we are. So in whichever workflow we are involved, rather than being replaced, it is called as the human in the loop. Supervised learning. when we teach somebody. Similarly, when it is done by using manually labeled data, that is supervised. Distantly supervised, learning from the noisy labels, which means you have a lot of data, relevant, irrelevant, and you have to train the data set. Unsupervised learning, which comes without any labels. That is, example is clustering the data. Okay. So now we have learned the basics. Now we'll see the applications of AI in 4 things: natural language, machine learning, text data analysis, and deep learning. What is natural language? Natural language is establishing the structure between the word and the meaning and the context of it. For example, there are many tools available for natural language, and this is generally done for when you have to take out data in large form. Okay, for example, let's say you have to make a chemical structure for dopamine. So you apply natural language to YouTube, yes, and Google, and you will find out many articles which give you the chemical structure. Machine learning, when you train the machine based on your experience, it comprises of the part called as the machine learning. Text data analysis, to reduce the unstructured data complexity, it's the first step. So when you have data for, let's say, 1 lakh patients, how do you do it? If you start 1 lakh, 10 lakh patient, 1 million patient, right? How do you do it? If you start applying the natural statistics or computer programming, although they are efficient at it, but if you do that kind of work using AI, the work will become quicker and faster. What is deep learning? It helps in understanding large amount of data which has multiple hidden layers. Jahan pe data is not straightforward. There is one layer of data, hidden under it is another complexity of the data. Okay, जैसे patient records होते हैं. They have multiple layers, multiple parameters. Okay, so many different outcomes to analyze. I'm just giving one small example, but if you see other simulation models and everything, there are many.
Madam, your voice is not clear. Hello. Richa madam, there is some interruption, I think.
Excuse me, madam. Hello. Excuse me, madam. Richa ma'am.
I am calling her. Wadekar sir, please wait.
So this is the types of or the applications of AI that we have.
Participants, just requesting you, please keep patience. We will resolve the issue soon.
Now, artificial intelligence and HUR. Let's amalgamate these 2 things. Okay. Now,
Dear delegates, please have patience. We are in touch with the resource person. There is some technical glitches at her end. She is working on it. It will be okay within a few seconds.
Is it better, Dr. Amit?
Yeah.
Is it
now
better?
It's okay. Yeah, voice is clear now and audible.
Okay. Let me just, let me share my screen.
Okay. No issue, madam.
Let me know once you're able to see.
It is bit clear, ma'am.
Is it better?
Yeah, voice is clear and the application of AI slide is visible.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please let me know if you face this trouble again. Thank you. Okay. So we were discussing artificial intelligence and health economics and outcomes research. Across the globe, the healthcare decision makers often face this problem when they treat patients during the therapy line. See, now the time has come when patients and the providers also they seek for customized treatment of the patients. So it is known like one therapy it might be helping one set of patient, it might not be beneficial for the other set of patient. Okay, so then how do you track this patient journey? There are some of the terminal diseases like cancer. You cannot experiment on the patient, right? You cannot say like if one drug is not working today, let's change the drug and the second drug will work, right? You cannot play with the life of the patient. Okay, so AI is there. Also, economics and outcomes research not only helps in evaluating the efficacy and safety of the drug and device, but has an important role to play whether the drug is cost effective or not, and what impact does it have on the quality of life of not only the patients but the caregivers as well. So what AI does? AI helps in predicting the therapeutic line for the particular patient by taking various factors. It also gives you a kind of an idea about the cost expenditure for the patient and the caregiver. Okay. Moving on to the next slide, I'm just doing it full screen. Can you see? Can somebody unmute? I just want to check if the connectivity is fine. Can anyone please unmute and tell me what can you
Yes,
see?
ma'am. Your voice is proper. You just put your presentation slide on a presentation. Please.
And can you see advantages of AI in HEOR?
The slide number 10 is visible. Yeah, artificial intelligence in HEOR.
Now I have switched to slide number 11, advantages of AI in HEOR. It will come. There might be delay of lag of few seconds, but it will come on your screen. Okay. So what are the advantages of AI in HEOR? As we saw, AI helps in taking informed decisions, timely decisions about the career about the journey or the pathway or the treatment pathway for the patients. It provides highly individualized risk predictions. Okay, they help in making the task of the clinician easy. They are also helpful in automating some of the tedious works. They help
May I
in
interrupt you?
predicting.
Madam, sorry for interrupting. May I interrupt you? Sorry for interrupting, madam. There is delay in slide transition. I think still we are seeing only slide number 10, that is AI in HEOR. We are not able to see slide number 11, advantages of.
I'm just sharing my screen again. Let me know.
Right, right.
Can you see my screen, Dr. Amit? My screen has still not come.
No, ma'am, it's still not visible. It is working on it.
Okay. Okay.
Dear delegates, sorry for the interruption. We'll get back to you soon. Just wait for 2 minutes.
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. You're
Okay,
audible.
let me just share my screen again and let me know once it is visible to you all.
Yes,
What can you see?
your slides are not yet visible, ma'am.
Okay. It's still not coming.
No, ma'am. It is not
Okay.
visible.
Okay. So, Dr. Amit, I've just emailed you the slides. If you can present on my behalf.
Yeah, please send, madam. Please email me. We will present.
Yeah. Emailed already. It will reach you quickly. The slide has still not come.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now. You just put it on the presentation mode.
What can you see?
Slide number 11 is visible, madam, now. Advantages of AI. So we try. You please continue.
Yeah. Dr. Amit, in the meantime, slides will reach to you and I'll just continue, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were discussing advantages of AI in HUR. So the advantages of AI in HUR, as we said, it helps us in taking timely and informed decision. It helps in tracking the patient journey, knowing the trajectories, helps in analyzing the costs or the effect of pharmacoeconomic impact, not only on the patients, but the caregivers. Okay, so it helps the patients in choosing which can be the best possible way for reducing the cost and getting the maximum benefit. As everything comes with a challenge, AI ML is no far. So the first and foremost challenge in AI in HUR is, so let me ask this question. Can anyone tell me what is the first and foremost requirement for artificial intelligence? What is needed? The answer is data. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. So if the data quality is not that great or the data is not available, तो आप AI किस पे लगाएंगे? Right. So data availability and a good data set are very important. Another very important thing in AI, especially, is the data privacy and protection. I'll give you a very quick example for the same. So you are aware of databases like Medline, Embase, Cochrane, I'm sure. Okay, so do you think you can apply, you can just type something in PubMed or Embase, and can you apply AI to it? Answer is no. There are different licenses that are required when you subject the data to AI and ML. Similarly, when you have full text paper, for example, let's say I want to analyze Dr. Amit's papers, right? Can I just take his papers from the internet and can I subject them to AI? Answer is no. I have to take Dr. Amit's permission, and I have to take the permission from the journals as well, from where they are published. Okay, and when I have a particular client's data on my system, I have to ensure that it is well protected between the firewalls. It's in a protective zone in my laptop, and I cannot share the data due to contract and confidentiality reason. Okay, so data privacy and protection are very important challenges and risks that are seen in AI in HEOR. क्योंकि हमारा टेंडेंसी होता है कि हमें एक तो पायलट काम करना है, let's take out some data from midline and let's subject it to AI. We cannot do this without taking proper permissions and licenses. Okay. Possible solutions to deal with AI risk and challenges. Quality oversight, data generation, and availability. So quality is of utmost importance, as we said, and data generation and availability. So here I'll give one example. Suppose you are analyzing data of 1 lakh patients and you have to put AI on it. Can you just do that and see the end results? Answer is no. What should be the correct strategy in this regard is that take a pilot data set, let's say a sample size of 500 to 1000 patients first, and see what kind of analysis is there. Is the data clean? Are the data sets there? For example, I'm just giving a very, very common example. Let's say weight of a healthy 40-year-old male. Instead of 70 kg, instead of 68 kgs, if it is written 6.8 kgs. So there are quality checks which AI can do, but I suggest take certain data which is of high quality when you subject it to AI. Okay, have some time for conducting the quality oversight. Fine. Now, use case in HEOR. Now, what this slide presents. So this slide shows that product life cycle in the HEOR study. It starts from the preclinical stage and goes to the post-marketing surveillance stage. It has phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 regulatory submission and the other stages as well. Right. So if you see, there are phases like early and late clinical development, HTA submissions, post-launch activities, for which various literature review, modeling and writing activities are done. And you know, AI ML can be a part of all of these activities. Since my specialization is in SLR and NMA, so I have tried to have a use case based on the SLR activity. But before I tell you how data from systematic review can be subjected to AI ML, let me just tell you what is the process flow for conducting a systematic literature review. कैसे करते हैं? So a client generally gives you a research question which is based on PICOs: patient, intervention, comparator, outcome and study design. Okay, basis which you have to make a search strategy using various databases. Then comes the stage of abstract screening, and this is the process as laid down by Nice and Cochrane. What happens there? For abstract review, 2 reviewers will review the abstract simultaneously, and in case there is any conflict, a 3rd senior reviewer will resolve the conflicts. Okay, after that comes the full text screening stage, where a similar process is followed by the data extraction stage, then a qualitative or a quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis means you put the data in the form of a report, Word format, or a PowerPoint presentation and submit to the client. Now, what happens if the data is quantitative? So one misconception that we generally have in mind is whatever quantitative data we have, everything can be subjected to meta-analysis. Answer is no. You have to do a lot of feasibility testing before doing the meta-analysis. And since I know the topic is different here, I won't go into more details. I'll just tell you how and where AI is applied. At the moment, we are applying the AI, especially at the search and the screening stage. A very practical example I'll give here. When I started my career 14 years back, let's say when we used to type NSCLC in Medline, we might used to get hits in thousands or lakhs. Today, when I type this word in Google Medline again, I'll get so many articles, and there are various sources like Medline, Embase, Grey Literature searching, hand searching. Okay, now what has happened is client will not pay me double the money, and client will not give me double the time. Client will not tell me, Richa, ye kar do and take 1 year and take double the money. Aisa nahi hota. Then, as I said, human minds have to come up with a solution. So we subject this data to AI. To be very honest with you all, till now we have done that only for the screening stage. For data extraction and report writing, it's still under experimentation. Various pilots are being done. Maybe next time when we'll meet, I'll present more results to you. But today, it has been limited only for the screening of hundreds and thousands of abstracts. Can you all see slide number 18, benefits and risks of AI in SLR process? I just switched to that.
We are at 17 only, madam.
Okay, you will see 18.
Okay.
So the benefits and risks of AI in SLR process, it helps in reduction of the human time. The accuracy is not 100%. So many of us have this conception, and it's a misconception, that when we subject certain data to AI ML, the accuracy might become 100%. That is not the case, because a human intervention or certain QC steps are required. AI expedites the process, but human intelligence or human activity in the form of QC cannot be replaced. There are certain abstracts, I would say, which sit on the other side of the fence, or they are very sensitive decisions that can be taken. So for that, AI ML needs human intervention for quality checks. Okay. Now, I am showing slide 19. I am not sure if you're able to see. I've just switched to that.
Yeah, it is visible now, madam.
Great. Good. Okay, so this shows the difference between conventional way of SLR process and the benefits of AI when we do the SLRs by subjecting it to AI and ML. Conventional SLR process, it is done by using MS Office tools like Excel and Word. Okay, but when you subject it to AI, various other tools and techniques are used, and it helps in rerunning of searches, it helps in quicker removal of data duplication, and helps in better visualization. I'll give you one example. So nowadays, many pharma companies are commissioning projects like, we want to know the impact of COVID on weekly basis and want to know what kind of treatments have come also. Okay, so for that thing, for running the updates, AI helps a lot. Okay, so is my voice clear to all?
Yeah, madam.
So actually, yeah, I heard some people unmuting, so I just thought I'll check. Maybe another problem has come.
No, smoothly it is going on. Voice is clear, madam. Please proceed.
Thank you. So now we come to the process of text mining in HUR. Why I have put this slide? I've put this slide just for the visualization. Can you see this figure? Okay, so abhi tak, whatever we have learned, just try to visualize it, because I know human minds can capture the visualized data better than the theoretical one. Right. So how it happens is, we identify the data sources, we connect those data sources in one platform, we find, tag and extract the data, okay, or tagged or label the data, then we export and integrate, and then we visualize and share. This is how the AI looks at a particular process. Now, technology in SLR. So there are various other tools and techniques available in the market. We use a tool called Distiller SR provided by Evidence Partners. What this tool does, so this tool helps in predictive analysis and re-ranking. So all of us must have studied probability in a class sometime or the other. I have studied in my B.Pharm. Okay, so what probability does is it gives you a score between 0 to 1. Similarly, this also gives you a score and you have to assign. Let's say the abstracts which fall under the score of 0.1 to 0.4, they are sure shot exclusion. 0.7 and above or 0.75 and above are sure shot inclusions. However, the abstracts which are between 0.4 to 0.7 or 0.5 to 0.7, you have to manually do the QC because the machine cannot take the decisions as it has both the words for exclusivity and inclusivity. See, it has fast-tracked your time. Okay, there are certain abstracts which are sure-shot exclusions, certain which are sure-shot inclusion. But there are certain abstracts in between for where human intervention is required. Okay, I know this is a bit smaller, but I'm a bit scared to put in full screen mode because I don't want the connectivity issue again. I remember it came when I did it last time. So I'll try to explain this to the best of my ability. So let's visualize how AI works in the SLR process. Okay, so this is human reviewer. This is Richa. Okay, so there are 10,000 abstracts and as a first reviewer, Richa has screened manually all the records. Okay, and this is anyone amongst you who want to subject the 10,000 abstracts to AI/ML. कैसे करेंगे? So what you will do, any one of you will screen the first 1,000 abstracts manually and you will train the machine. Okay, for the 9,000 abstract, then it will be just one click of a button. I'll tell you the rate at which a human reviewer reviews it. In 8 or to 9 working hours, the review rate is about, let's say 300 to 500 abstracts per person per day. Okay, right. Here you have subjected it to AI, you have trained your system, and then the rest of the decisions are taken. Then we have a senior reviewer with us who helps in conflict resolution. The person, what he will do is he will resolve the conflicts that are taken by me and the machine. What are the discrepancies there in inclusion, exclusion, as well as the person will also QC the abstracts. Remember in the previous slide, we have studied about the probability score, that probability of 0.5 to 0.7 via data also this person will review. This really helps in fast tracking the abstract screening. Sometimes the company wants to see pharma company wants to see just these results, helps us in running the pilot phases. So this really helps a lot. Now, what happens in a single review? So what is the difference between a systematic review and a targeted review? As I told you, in a systematic review process, it's a double review process. But for the TLR or the targeted literature review, make everything single. Richa is the only reviewer for 10,000 abstracts. So what Richa will do is she will manually screen a part of those abstracts, train the machine, and then subject it to simulation. Right, here we are subjecting it to simulation and the machine mimics the results. As we saw, what is AI? It mimics the results that the human brain feeds into it. And then we'll have a senior reviewer who will QC the results between that probability ratio. So I'm trying to say is, yes, we are using this in actual scenario. So I'm only taking up the part with you that is used in practicality. Yes, the future is bright. We can subject the data to data extraction, report writing. For certain processes, like where there is no systematic literature review, very unstructured data, many companies are already following the same. Use cases, just to give you a flavor that yes, it is happening in actual sense. We applied it on a project where we had to compare the efficacy and safety of second generation antipsychotics for treatment of CNS disorder utilizing AI classifier. So we subject a sample to AIML. It's a 2 review process, and then it generates a kind of a confusion matrix first, where your data has been trained or not, right? After that, the results are given. Similarly, for single review also, I wanted to show you all that it's the AI simulation that comes into play. You have to train a sample and then subject it to AIML, and then the machine does it part. Okay, so these are some to review and to make my slides. Of course, a lot of practical work has also gone in there. Now I ask my question again. Do you think artificial intelligence will replace us all humans?
Yeah, any of the delegates who want to answer?
There are no marks. Dr. Amit, we won't penalize anyone, right? If it is right or wrong.
Agree, madam. So, madam is asking, in near future or in distant future, will AI replace the human beings?
Answer is no. Who will ask the machine? Who will train the machine then? Okay, it helps in fast tracking the process, right? It helps in saving time, which is the most important factor. But yes, QCer will be us, right? Right, because there are certain decisions the machine needs help in taking. Okay?
Yeah, it will augment the intelligence already given to humans by God.
Exactly, Dr. Amit. It helps us in fast tracking certain decisions, especially in case of life-threatening diseases, where life of the patient is of utmost importance, and it can help us a lot.
True, madam. Perfect, madam.
So I have 10 minutes, Dr. Amit, and I'm all open to take questions. But one suggestion I would like to give all students here, Dr. Amit, is kya hota hai na, many a times we follow our friends, we follow this herd, and we spend a lot of money in learning data analytics. And data analytics ke courses are pretty expensive. They range anywhere between 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs. Okay. Right. And it is a possibility we might like them, we might not like them. So how do we pursue them? The best important part, and that I learned through that, is first see some free videos on LinkedIn. Okay, just see whether this excites you or not. Because R or Python, not everyone likes it. To be very honest with you, nobody.
Yeah, it is not everyone's cup of tea.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. I completely agree. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone likes. So see the free videos. Then you can go to Coursera. It provides student discounts. You can apply for that, and they give it. Right. Try taking certification from there, and then if you want to become a data scientist, then only go for those courses. But now, please don't spend your or your parents' hard-earned money just because my friend is doing something, so I have to do something. It's always good to take extra things, learn extra things when you are a student. It definitely adds more credentials to your CV when you apply for a job. But pata hai, if I take freshers also, nobody asks ki aapne kitna paisa kharcha kiya and kya tha. So try learning from your surroundings that are across before you make a dent into your parents' pocket or hard-earned money, right? There's no use of the same if that doesn't excite you.
Yeah, madam. Perfect, madam. True. So, madam, can we go for question answer session if you are done?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, Pradeep sir, can you please give rights to the delegates to pose their question to the madam?
Yes, sir. I have enabled the mic for them. Varsha Chankude ma'am, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
One request, when you ask a question, please tell your name and something about yourself which everyone should know. So let's make it interactive.
Varsha ma'am, please unmute yourself. I can see one more raised hand. Chaitanya Patil. Chaitanya Patil sir, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Ashwini Mishra ma'am, please ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, the question I have is like, as
First tell
we
your
have
name.
seen,
First tell your name and
I'm
tell
Dr.
us something
Ashwini
about
Mishra
yourself.
from Department of Pharmacy, Barkatullah University, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh.
Very nice. Thank you, Dr. Ashwini. Please ask your question.
Ma'am, first of all, thank you for giving such a nice insight about the topic. It was really an eye-opening call for those who are truly new in this section. One thing I really wanted to know is that apart from using the health data which you have given in your presentation, can we use these tools in the discovery of new drug molecule? And like apart from this ligand based drug designing or structure based drug designing, is there any like function of these tool for drug discovery?
There is definitely there is. It helps us in fast tracking a lot of things. Since I do not belong to the R&D lab, Dr. Ashwini, so I won't be able to help much here. But whatever I have studied and I have gathered from my colleagues is definitely it helps us. That's the future we are looking at. So that the time that is there in making one drug and then positioning it in the market. So AI will definitely help in reducing the same.
And there is one more thing, like I have gone through some of the courses which are available in Coursera and some other online platforms, where
Yes.
the examples they are actually being teaching in the courses are not specifically for medical fraternity. It is like example of some other backgrounds like engineering and somewhere else.
Yes.
Could
Yes.
you please guide me the course providers who are more into giving the data related to a pharmaceutical and medical background? Because for us, our piece of cake is really into medicine. But whenever we are getting the examples of different machine models and other thing in term of engineering language, it's not that easy to absorb by us. So if you
I
please
get it.
provide us, that will be a great help for the budding learners like me.
Great. So, Dr. Ashwini, I know what happens is when we try to find certain courses in Coursera, what happens is they focus more about the backend, which means learning of the languages like R, Python, and how to create those kinds of codes and models. Okay. So, there are courses in Coursera itself, and you can Google them. I cannot recall the name at the moment, but I'll definitely get back to you. Please ping me on LinkedIn. I'll get back to you with the names. So, there are courses which teach the practical applicability of these things as well.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And thank you very
Thank you,
much,
Dr.
Amit
Ashwini.
Gangwal, sir. It's really a good opportunity for all of us to attain and enrich our knowledge with your effort. Thank you, sir.
And I'm so sorry for the technical glitch. It was working fine. I finished all my office tasks in the morning without even 1% of anything. But so sorry
No,
for
no
that.
issue, madam. No issue. Now the other
Any other?
Next question is by Ajay Kumar Gandhi sir. Please unmute yourself and ask your question, sir. Ajay Kumar Gandhi sir, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
okay, another person is I think Chaitanya Patil.
Yes, sir. Am I audible to us?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
We have also given
So
access
my
to.
the say, scenario was nice, and actually the Richa Goel ma'am just explained a lot of things that we don't know or we can't get in from a course, or that's a final assessment. And thank you, madam, for all those kind of excellent lectures. we can grasp here. That's my question is there is in artificial intelligence and also in machine learning. I'm BPharm graduated or in pharmacy. So in the pharma, the background of there is no engineering background like data, computer science, and all that facts. Then it's a very bit difficult, ma'am, to cover those means we can't do the Python and all that courses like that. It's find bit difficult to all that. Means the core field is actually the drug, but we can't optimize that much. I think that it's why.
नहीं चतन्या, मैंने भी सीखा यार, ऐसे मत बोलो. So I also M.Pharm in pharmacology, right? So it's just that, as I said, थोड़ा ना effort. So as I said कि first of all you have to create your interest in this field, right, Chaitanya? So watch YouTube videos, see how it is done, okay, and then start learning gradually course by course. See, it's a pure language, है ना? It will take time once you learn R, Python, okay, right? But एक बात बताइए, so there are two things. One, a person learns this language to become a data scientist. Is your aim that, or is your aim just to learn the front end on how this is done? Okay, there are two different scenarios. So I would like you to go back and think which one you choose, and then you can work on that direction accordingly. I completely agree. For understanding the front end, you have to know the back end, but back end in how much detail you want to know, that you have to go back and decide. Okay, and take small steps, you will be there. I also learned, if I can do, everyone can do, right? I also learned it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. But again, my same thing is, for spending money, just develop your interest and think whether it is your cup of tea or not.
Okay. Yes.
And ऐसा नहीं है कि you can only excel if you know AI ML. That's not the scenario. Every one of us is a unique individual. We have our own specialities and we can excel in our career. Okay?
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Chaitanya.
Next question is from Vaishali Nitin Malabde. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Vaishali, and I have completed my PG in pharmacognosy. So, actually, I want to know that whether the in silico drug design has some resemblance with the artificial intelligence. And I think say that some things are good to know and some things just to know. So research and development, or you can say for the PhD course, is it necessary to have the all? You can say that today's session is all regarding the artificial intelligence in drug discovery. So I'm interested to go for the PhD. So for that, which courses, or is there any short-term courses for the artificial intelligence?
Vishali, one by one I will take your question. So first thing is, it's good to have but not must to have, because many times we don't have those resources, right? And we cannot apply that, right? It's very good if you can do it, but it's not that it's a mandatory condition. Okay, and as I said, I'm repeating, look for the courses in Coursera, ask for student discount, and then go ahead. Just see, there are different courses offered by different experts, which are for various durations. Okay, just try starting with the shorter courses and go ahead. And if that interests you, then go ahead and do the full ones. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. And also, actually, number of we can say the poster presentations are going on, and for that, I say 2 to 3 competitions are there. And one of the subject was artificial intelligence in pharma healthcare. So I think in the future, there may be, as the previous question was that the human beings, there might be chances of replacing the human beings by artificial intelligence.
क्यों नौकरी ले रहे हो? ऐसा नहीं होगा.
Okay.
So I mean, of course, it can expedite your work. And as I said, see, again, I'm giving example of terminal diseases here. Like if a patient has terminal cancer, we cannot experiment with the patient's life. Na, आज ये drug दे दिया, 10 days बाद ये देखेंगे कैसा होता है. So maybe AI can help us in predicting the patient journey and the trajectories. Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, ma'am.
And yes, it's an upcoming topic. I know everyone is doing, but again, my special instruction to everyone is first see whether it is your cup of tea or not, then only do the same.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thank you.
I would like to add one point here by discussing some queries regarding the gap between the pharmacy and artificial intelligence. So I would like to add here that we are planning to start some certificate courses for specific to the life sciences and pharmacy students to bridge the gap between the AI and pharmacy. So soon we will launch some open distance learning courses based on the AI in healthcare and drug discovery, so that the students can be know the basic understanding about the AI ML with respect to healthcare and drug discovery.
Congratulations, Dr. Sameer, and I think it's high time that colleges should start these courses to bridge the gap. And again, look forward to it. Many congratulations again.
Thank you. We are planning for it.
If anyone is having question, please raise your hand. Just a minute. It's displaying over here HB407. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
This is something like investigational new drug. Some codes are there, HB407. On a lighter note, I am telling. Please ask your question, HB407.
Okay, yes, it's me. My name is Mausi. I'm a research scholar from Ganpat University, Gujarat. My name is Mausi. Thank you so much for unmuting, sir. Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, currently I'm almost about to conclude my PhD and coming across this seminar and learning the concepts of AI. Now I'm in the dilemma that, as a formulation scientist, what should I opt for? Like the formulation scientist or like this department, it is very necessary to add AI to their skills. So that is the question, like institution should help or should I individually approach, or how should I get help on my current project? Like how should I get the AI help on my current project and improve my publication or work well with my current work? Like what can I do?
Okay, so Mashi, I'll tell you. So first discuss with the supervisor what path do you want to take, right? And then the AI tools, generally they are a bit expensive. However, being an academician, I would say you can write to them and ask if they are willing to help you in the sample data set running, right? I know many of the people who own this tool, they are willing to collaborate, but please go ahead and try. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. So I have to approach the institutions or my institute first of all.
First of all, and then ask the guidance from your supervisors, and then you can reach out to people who provide these kinds of tools for running, right, your data and subjecting your data. And these people, being an academician, I don't know how the collaboration goes, but then they can help you in end-to-end running of the data.
Okay. And ma'am, what do you suggest? Like you are from pharmacology department and yet you have done this AI. So I am from pharmaceutics department. So I believe that most of the work in future will depend on AI. Most of the work, like data analytics and everything. So is it necessary to do such courses, or my question is in a bit confusion.
It's not dependent on your specialization, I would say. Okay, because I remember I wanted to do pharmaceutics one time, but I could not get it. So I did pharmacology, and I know the emotions and all went. But when I started job, I saw everyone, right? Medicinal chemistry, pharmacology, pharmacognosy, pharmaceutics. So it is not dependent on the field that you choose. And again, it is on your interest. So if you think you can make a career out of it, go ahead and do it.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, one more question from Ajay Kumar Gandhi sir. Name few courses that should be taken before jumping into the AI world, especially drug design field.
Basics of AI, drug coding, I would say. Basics of AI using R, basics using Python. Just see if these courses, and they are, just Google them and you will find various agencies that offer them. Okay.
Bhavna sir, I have one question here.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Madam, your company is world leader in clinical trials and allied stuff, IQVIA. The other day I was watching all the infographics and videos of top giants being hired by IQVIA. So very aggressively or inorganically, they are hiring top people in clinical trial and those who are AI experts. So in all these stages of clinical trial, your company is incorporating AI, starting from subject recruitment to patient adherence through remote camera devices, everything. Like there are few AI company also like QR.ai. They are doing wonderful, but the leader and giant is definitely IQVIA. So in coming decades, 1.5 or 15 years later, can we think that clinical trial will be reduced to only AI driven devices, or what is your take on that scenario, madam?
See, on IQVIA's behalf, I cannot answer Dr. Amit because I'm not the spokesperson to answer it from IQVIA's behalf, right? But in general, I can say definitely what my take is AI can help in expediting the trial phase. And as I said, like it can shorten the time for the drug discovery and coming the drug to the market. So this is definitely my take on this.
It will give antenna to the humans to further augment their right.
I think we'll be able to utilize money much more productively because abhi when we do experiments, we do not everything is a success, right? Not every molecule that we try is a blockbuster drug, right? So there are hits, there are misses, there are more misses than the hits. That is how we all are made, right? So maybe that probability of channelizing the money in the right direction might increase. So that's my take on it.
Because world over, there is one consensus that because of high failure rates in late clinical trial is the reason for poor drug discovery output. So I think majority of the AI should be into clinical trial, and few companies are doing that wonderfully. Agree.
It can definitely. So that's again, as I said, my pure play views on it. It can definitely help us in directing where the expenditure should be, in which direction it should be done.
Right. Thank you.
Without compromising the health of the patients, of course.
Absolutely. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Next question is from Pushkar Chaudhary. Please unmute yourself and ask your question, Pushkar. Yes, Pushkar Chaudhary, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Please feel free to reach out to me on any other social media platform or through Dr. Amit in case you feel shy here. No problem.
Yeah, sure. I will let you know.
I think there are no more questions.
Okay. Thank you.
May I now request Dr. Amit Gangwal sir to put your remark on the session.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Am I audible, Richa madam and all the delegates? Bhavna sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Richa madam, for your highly interactive and informative talk on this subject matter. Very nicely, you have thrown light on HEOR. Even basic terminologies you have covered very beautifully for machine learning, supervised machine learning, and so on. Different types of machine learning you have covered. Applications of AI in HEOR has been covered by you in a very lucid and explainable manner. You have also covered possible solution to deal with AI risk and challenges, classical SLR and AI empowered SLR processes, then distiller SR tools, machine learning performance indicator, which is rare in pharma student, that is the confusion matrix. You have also put a light on that. Through various illustrations, flowcharts, and examples, you have shared to make the topic and concepts easy to understand. On ethical or human side, we have also updated about which type of courses we should do to begin with minimum expenses like Coursera and others. And once again, madam, I am thankful to you for highly participating an interactive session from your side. Thank you, madam.
Thank you for inviting me. It was an absolute pleasure to interact with everyone. Once again, I really apologize for the technical glitch. Thank you so much.
Now I request Dr. Raju Wadekar sir to please present a certificate of appreciation on screen.
Please wait. I think we have principal sir with us. He wants to.
No, please. Thank you, Richa madam, for sharing the time with us and deliver your expert talk for the students and research scholar and academician. So thank you very much from the institute side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Wadekar sir, can you take the photograph?
Yes, sir. I request all the delegates kindly switch on the camera of your device so that we can take a good picture for this session.
Also, it is requested that from the delegates, if anyone want to share his views on this platform, please share your views, feedback. I will allow your mic as well as the camera.
Richa madam, is it visible to you as a token of appreciation?
Yes, sir. I can see the certificate on the screen.
I request all the delegates to please switch on the camera of your device. I'm putting all of you on larger gallery mode.
Is it done? Wadekar sir, over?
Yes, sir, it is done.
Can we process for next?
I request, sir, I request from any delegates to kindly, they can propose their feedback on this 3 days international webinar series on artificial intelligence. We'll be more than happy to listen you from your side the feedback for the whole webinar.
I can see the raised hand. Dr. M. Vijay Bhaskaran want to say something. Please, sir, unmute yourself and please give your inputs.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to attend the 3 days program. So really the sessions were very knowledgeable and impactful sessions. I have learned much more about artificial intelligence for the drug discovery process. So thank you for the organizers and speakers from my side as a delegate. Thank you, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your nice words.
Anyone else want to share his views on this first international webinar series? Please raise your hand.
I think Ajay Kumar Gandhi wants to tell something. Am I right? Ashwini Mishra has raised hand.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Put on your camera also.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I would like to thanks all the organizer Amit Gangwal sir and the whole team for the organization of such an important topic because this particular thing, artificial intelligence, has shown his depth, impactful influence in every science. So pharmaceutical science is also one of the science where we need this thing in order to improve the drug development time and the efficiency in terms of purity, quality, validity, robustness of the things. So I'm really thankful for the whole team for providing us new insight on the topic, which will definitely help all the participants to develop their interest in this direction. Apart from it, the fraternity of the pharmacy will definitely be indulged in such a thing so that we will be having a better tool in our hand for drug discovery, drug development in different section, whether it's R&D or F&D or the peoples who are into academics and industry. So thank you very much for providing me this opportunity. I again thanks to everyone. The key speakers you have selected, they all were masters of their field, and definitely we got remarkably good essence of this section in this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your feedback.
Ajay Kumar Gandhi, sir.
Please allow him to speak, sir.
So now my audio is working. We still have some problem. I will not put video. And thank you so much to all the organizers. Actually, I just wanted to tell some few things about me. I'm assistant professor in chemistry, Government College of Arts and Science, Aurangabad. And I recently submitted my thesis. It is based on drug designing, that is computer assisted drug designing. And actually, because of some disability, I was related to this field, computer drug designing. Otherwise, I would have taken laboratory work as my work, the PhD, and maybe further research work. And I was really was interested in the thing that what next I can do apart from this just doing QSAR and docking things. But with the artificial intelligence, I find that the computers, by learning some basic skills sets, I can do much better in this computational field also, which is may not be exactly will replace the laboratory work, but to much and much more extent can support laboratory work. So during right time, I got this opportunity to participate in such an international webinar where I find all the lectures very useful, and really that gave me insight into the thing that to think about the future work in this computer field. Now I gradually growing interest in this field now, because earlier I used to just think in terms of organic chemistry as a laboratory work only. But now I am playing with computers also. I am trying to learn languages also, not C++ like hard languages, but Python like simple. It's not simple, but many people used to say that it's a relatively simpler language. So that language I'm trying to learn. And with this field, really I get to know that yes, I have much scope in this field also, as an organic chemist also. So thank you to all the organizers, thank you to all the research person. Actually, to Richa ma'am, I have one small question. Actually, I have one statement that I was to make, but somehow audio was not working, but now it is working.
Sure.
Madam, industrialization era, due to industrialization, many people got jobless. It's not the industrialization had not replaced humans completely, but that left many jobless because they were not capable enough to adopt new skills, maybe machine, maybe operating those machines or the making those machines as an engineer. They become jobless. Like if you take example of digging a well, now you can bulldozer you can use for digging the things. Earlier 100 people used to take that work to do, and 100 different people used to get that job. So with the growing population, if you take into that consideration, the population is growing, our average lifespan is also increasing, and this artificial intelligence is way more faster or way more developed, way more able to replace number of peoples in terms of work, and can do work in a very little time span. So don't you think that it will not replace humans completely, but it will left many people jobless? And if people are enough wise or enough good in adopting new skills, they will get jobs certainly. But those will fail, those will left jobless. And to them, if you restrict this thinking life, we can say they get replaced by artificial intelligence. At least those human beings.
I differ from your answer here. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I differ from your answer here. I'll tell you why. Because one thing, of course, is very important to upscale yourself. I definitely agree. But, you know, nowadays times have changed. We have so many job options. Like you gave an example of digging a well. So that was, I think, 50 to 100 years back. That time we had limited opportunities, limited job scenarios. But in today's world, we have a lot of different scenarios. It is definitely important to upskill, right? But the opportunities are so much today in the market that you will survive. No problem.
Thank you very much. I think
organizers once again, and thank you all the resource persons also. Thank you.
B. Rajashekar want to say something. Please unmute yourself, sir. As well as Paya Dandi ma'am, please share your views. Ma'am, unmute yourself and please share your views. Paya ma'am.
Hello sir, am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
You are very much audible, madam. Please proceed.
Yes, I was not raising hand just because I wanted others to give a chance, because I am like you, a sister concern, and I was remembering our first international conference on artificial intelligence, which has happened, which was there at in 2016. So I was looking back to the picture, which is just at the back of me, and this picture is basically the participants and all the organizers in the conference. So
Even I was attending.
Yes, it was great attending these lectures because I personally have my papers in AI and I was very much interested in working for AI. Except the chemistry part, the rest was all understood. Yes, it was great. It was great. The experts were fabulous, wonderful, and they were having a great knowledge. And beside this, it was a value-adding conference too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for organizing such conference. So I would like to say thank you to all the members of the organizing committee and principals.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, sir.
Pallavi Sandeep Salve want to say something. Please unmute yourself and share your views.
Hello, sir. I am audible.
Yes.
Sir, I am a CSC student from Ahmednagar. Last 2 days, I attended the webinar, and that is very helpful to me for AI series. So thank you, and Richa Goyal ma'am. Thank you so much. You are tell us very informative information to us. So thank you.
Thank you. Rathod Tejmal want to say something. Please unmute yourself. Rathod Tejmal. Okay. Thank you everyone for sharing your views on this webinar. May I now request Dr. Raju Wadekar sir to propose vote of thanks. Audience, there is a announcement for you. You will get a link over the screen That will be QR code as well as the short link by which you can reach to one file wherein 4 links will be there. Whatever the link which will be active, you can proceed for that where you will get your certificates. As well as if anyone could not able to get the certificate, kindly let us know on Telegram group or directly you can mail us regarding the same. We will share the link on your mail. As well as we have downloaded the attendance and we will be having the data who has attended the session, those who are not there in the session and they were attended the previous session, they also communicated with the link by mail. Thank you very much. Raju Warekar sir, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was an absolute pleasure, and it was in real sense. It has this platform has provided us to all of us as an amalgamation of knowledge, skills, techniques, tools about the artificial intelligence. So at the outset, on behalf of Sri Vile Parle Kelwani Mandal Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule, it is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the precious contribution of eminent speakers and those who worked hard to make this first international webinar series on artificial intelligence in drug discovery a grand success. I express our sincere gratitude to respected eminent speakers, Dr. Alexa, Mr. Subrata Mukherjee sir, Dr. Prajwal Nandekar sir, Dr. Arjit Roy sir, and Ms. Richa Goel Rai ma'am for accepting our invitation and sparing their price time in spite of their busy schedule and for sharing their massive knowledge of artificial intelligence in drug discovery and fostering research attributes in drug discovery and drug design. Thanks to all the speakers for adorning the occasion and sharing their opinions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, such a successful event cannot happen overnight. We'll start rolling around a week ago. It requires meticulous planning and a bird eye for details. I'm grateful to our honorable patrons, Honorable Shri Amrish Bhai Patel, President SVK Mumbai, Honorable Shri Bhupesh Bhai Patel, Joint President SVK Mumbai, Honorable Shri Chintan Bhai Patel, Vice President SVK Mumbai, Honorable Shri Gopalji Rajgopalji Bhandari Sir, Member Managing Committee SVK Mumbai, Honorable Dr. Ajay Pasari Sir, Mentor SVKM's Dhule Campus, Honorable Dr. R.S. Gaud Sir, Director SVKM's Pharma Institutions, and Honorable Dr. K.B. Patil Sir, Advisor SVKM's Dhule Campus for their continuous, distinguished sustenance and motivation for providing state-of-the-art IT infrastructure which enables us to conduct the international webinar. I am thankful to our respected Principal Sir, Dr. Samir Goel Sir, for his unrivaled support, motivation and guidance throughout the event. I extend my sincere thanks to faculty members, industrial personnel, research scholars for their active participation and enthusiasm. I am thankful to Mr. Dinesh Patil, Mr. Virendra Pisolkar, and Mr. Vishal Bari, our IT technical arrangements team who worked behind the scene for the successful execution of the event through various online platforms. We have been fortunate enough to be supported by a team of very motivated and dedicated convener and organizing committee members who know their jobs and are result oriented. Last but not the least, I am thankful to Mr. Abdullah Sharikar sir for his craftsmanship in designing the publicity material. I reiterate my sincere thanks to one and all for their active participation and making a magnificent accomplishment of this first international webinar series on artificial intelligence organized by Sri Vile Parle Kelwani Mandal's Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule, Maharashtra, India. With the due permission from the respected dignitaries, I hereby declare and conclude the session. Wish you all a very happy and healthy life. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to share a slide on which a screen on which we have placed
Dear participants, on the screen a link will be shared which you have to click for submitting your feedback, and this is feedback link. This is feedback filling this certificate system. Once you fill the feedback, you will get the certificate. So this is open for a limited period of time. You take the photograph or scan through QR code and submit feedback so that in a timely manner, certificates will be sent across your emails. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The screen is visible to you all?
Yes, sir, it is visible. Put it on the full screen.
Yes. Thank you once again. I request all the delegates to please click on the given link for certificates and feedback, as well as you can scan the QR code for the same.
Rahul Das, any query from your side? You have raised your hand, so we have allowed you to speak. Okay, another query from, I think, Rathod Tejmal. I have allowed him to speak up. If you have any doubt, dear participants, please raise your hand. Or else you may write an email to us, or through our individual Telegram, you can contact with us. So, Wadekar sir, you please process.
Sir, the screen, the link given on the screen is not clickable.
No, you please type the link on your Google browser, or through your QR code scan, or through your QR code application. Try to scan this QR code. It will take you to the link where you will fill the feedback form, and the certificate will be shoot on your email ID. I hope it is clear to all the respected participants.
Instead, all the delegates, the link, when you will click, it is a Google Drive link. So when you click it, you will get the folder in which all the 4 links are available for feedback as well as for certificate. The certificate is directly linked to the feedback form link.
So one more addition, I
follow any one of the link and fill the feedback form, and then you will get the certificate to your email ID.
Right. Out of 4 links, you may choose any one of them. If anyone, you go for second one likewise. So definitely you will get feedback associated with a certificate on your given email ID.
Still, if you have any question, I have enabled your mic. Please ask your question if you have any question related to the feedback. Those who have raised their hand, I have enabled your mic. If you have any question regarding the same, you can ask. Even the data we are having regarding the attendance, we will send you the link separately on the mail, those who have attended and those who have not got the certificate through the links. So don't worry about the certificate and all. Still you have any doubt, please ask.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead, madam.
Sir, we have 4 links in the drive. Which one we have to follow?
Anyone, ma'am. All 3 links are same.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So if there being no query, can we conclude? Wadekar sir, Bhavne sir?
Yes, sir. We can leave the meeting now.
Respected principal sir, can we conclude the session now?
Yes, sir. Please conclude.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.